Today I will talk about confusion matrix. It is part of Spark and Python for big data with PySpark. What you see in this picture is a confusion matrix, including relevant ratios that are associated with confusion matrix. Now what we will do is we will go through each terminology in confusion matrix and try to define them. In defining terminology, the first terminology we will define is prediction condition positive. It is it means it means when a test returns positive, then we say that prediction condition is positive. It is a value returned by a test. Prediction condition negative, the test returns the result as negative, then we say that prediction condition is negative. This test we talk about is a prediction tool, and this tool, after it's doing its job, returns a negative value. Then we say that prediction condition is negative. Condition positive. Condition positive means in reality that whatever thing we are testing is actually positive. Condition negative means whatever we are testing is actually negative. Then now let's go to on the screen. So the terminology we will define is true positive. It is when the test returns positive when actually it is positive in reality. True negative means the test returns negative value when it's actually negative in reality. False positive meaning the test returns positive when actually it's negative in reality. Similarly, false negative means the test returns negative when actually it's positive in reality. Now moving on to ratios. There are four ratios here in this slide. The first ratio is a true positive rate. What does it mean? True positive rate is actually a ratio between true positive divided by sum of true positive and false negative. It is also called recall, hit rate, or sensitivity. Second is true negative rate. True negative rate is also called specificity, selectivity. Those are other names for it. True negative rate is calculated by true negative value divided by sum of true negative and false positive. Third is false positive rate. False positive rate is also called fallout rate. It is calculated by dividing false positive by sum of false positive and true positive. And lastly, not least, false negative rate. False negative rate is calculated by dividing false negative by false sum of false negative and true positive. It is also called missed rate. Before we move on to next slide, let's define what this ratio is actually used for. True positive rate is shows a ratio of positive correctly identified positive cases. True negative rate means ratio of correctly identified negative cases. False positive rate is probably falsely rejecting null hypothesis, and false negative rate is probably of falsely accepting null hypothesis. So these are actually the meaning and the uses of these rates.